everyone, and welcome to Craft My Stash. This is a long overdue video, but we are back. If you did not know, this is a collab between Tamika, who is Scrap the World here on YouTube, and we will be sharing monthly projects that we create that may have a prompt or certain requirements. So for this month, we decided to do some Christmas in July. We wanted to make sure that we utilize some dies in our stash that maybe we hadn't touched yet. So that is what we have created for you all. Be sure to be subscribed to both of us, as well as like and comment on each of our videos if you ever want to be entered into our giveaways. So we do have giveaways within our collaboration, so just be sure that you are watching our videos and paying attention. All right, so like I said, this month was all about Christmas in July, and I have not been in the best space with crafting this month, so I don't have a ton of projects or like a lengthy project that took forever to make to share. If you all did not know, I did lose my sister this month, and crafting has taken a back seat, so I'm trying to find my way back. So all right, so first up, for projects that I created, I did make a few cards. Of course, that's where I've been lately. So these cards feature products that were sent to me by scrapbook.com, and I wanted to highlight them. I thought they were super cute. It features this Santa shaped die from scrapbook.com. There are 12 dies in the set, and there is some paper piecing that goes with it. But I wanted to share this in case you're looking for a cute Santa. I also was sent the Christmas pattern paper, and this is the 6x8 size of the paper, and it is double-sided. So there are plenty of prints in here, and there's also a paper pad that is more of a pink colorway if that's what you are into. I will have all the links for all the products that I use down below. So for this first card, of course, I had to make a shaker card. I used a stencil from scrapbook.com that is holiday themed. I can't think of the name right off the bat, but again, everything will be linked down below. I used some paste to fill in that stencil and give it a raised effect over the cardstock from that 6x8 pattern paper. I also cut out the Santa here using that 6x8 paper as well as some glitter paper, and I also used the Christmas 4x6 stack from scrapbook.com. It looks like this, so that's where I got the black from. So yeah, here is my cute Santa. He has a little gold belt, and I just added some accents, highlights, and those are all the little small pieces to make his face. And of course, yeah, a shaker. This Merry and Bright is a pink fresh stamp set. I think it may not be released yet. It was from one of their holiday card making online crops type of things, so it may not be released, but I just heat embossed that on vellum using some gold embossing powder. The second card again uses the Santa, and this time I did not want a paper piece, so I just left his face blank, but you can see his nose, and I just pushed his hat down a bit. Again, added some highlights and accents and whatnot. He has gold mittens, boots, and a belt with a hot pink belt buckle. Again, this is paper from that 6x8 paper pad collection, so it's double-sided, and I also used the brown color from this Christmas cardstock pack for his skin. And then the ho 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 is just some alphas that are scrapbook.com dies that I cut out just in some white cardstock and added those to the bottom so I didn't have to stamp a sentiment. I added some splatters with white paint pen and then added these half pearls there. So there we have these two cards. All right, and next up I have two more cards, and these feature the etched Snowflake cling stamp. This is a background stamp from Simon Says Stamp. I've had it in my stash for a while and never used it, but I thought, why not see how it looks? So I did do a bit of heat embossing with some white pigment ink and clear embossing powder on this side. And this side I just stamped. I wanted to see how it would look. For the wreath on these projects, I used this Tim Holtz colorized die and created it. I used mainly pinks and a little bit of red. So for the first card, I only did the main 3 layers, and then I cut out the bow, which is 3 layers, and it's just 2 different shades of gold cardstock. And then I also cut out the berries, which is also 2 different shades of gold cardstock. But we have a white layer, a dark pink layer, and a light pink layer. So that is as far as I went with that. Again, I stamped the snowflakes on the back using some picked raspberry distress oxide, and then I have this Joy to the World sentiment stamped right onto the card, and this is from Erin Lee Creative, and I actually caught this on sale. She has a big markdown on some stamps and dies in her shop, and it was very affordable. So if you have not checked out Erin Lee, be sure to. I have a lot of projects over on my IG that I've made with her products, great products, and it's a small business, so be sure to support. But I did heat emboss this with my gold embossing ink from Brutus Monroe. That is like my go-to. For this one, again, like I said, I stamped this with some pigment ink, and I actually stamped on the same color pink as this, and then I just inked it up with some festive berries and the picked raspberry distress oxide inks to add a little bit of variation over that color cardstock. But I did all of the layers for this wreath. So we have a white base layer, a red base layer, a dark pink base layer, and then the accents and highlights are that pink cardstock. There's 2 of those dies. And then we have the bow and the berries, again, in 2 different gold cardstocks. And this is a pink fresh sentiment that I used the hot foil, the glimmer, to create. So that is that card. All right, next up, I wanted to create a couple tags, and I found this stamp and a die in my stash. Again, crafted my stash. So this is a You've Been Good, Love Santa stamp from Honeybee Stamps, and then this is a holiday freebie, which was the Honey Cuts tag here, and this is how that tag looks. I cut it out of that scrapbook.com Christmas cardstock, and I heat embossed the sentiment on there as well as the edges. So this is using some, what is this color? It is the Sterling embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. These are my favorite embossing powders ever. And then this is the gilded, which is the gold that I've been saying, from Brutus Monroe. But I just stamped those on there so I can attach those to gifts, projects, or whatever I'd like, or just send them, you know, in some happy mail. But yeah, so those are more projects that I created. All right, so last but not least, I wanted to play with this snowman mug die from Pixie Dust Designs. I was actually gifted this die set, and I had not used it. I have a few more that I was also gifted, but I wanted to play with one of them for this because I have not played with any of the Pixie Dust Design dies, sadly. So here we are. I created these cute little embellishments that I can pop on a card front or a gift or use as a tag. I'm not completely sure what I want to do with these yet, but I think they are super adorable, and I went with more of a pastel colorway. I'm using some gorgeous glitter cardstock that I picked up from the Erin Lee Creative shop. It is so beautiful. It has like this iridescent, like the film stuff on top of it. It's very pretty. So I used that because it's the snowman mug, and then I cut out the hat and some color cardstock and just accented that using my alcohol markers and my white paint pen. The candy cane is also cut out with some of that glitter cardstock. I used the Christmas pad that I showed earlier to cut out the leaves, and then I just accented those using my color pencils and whatnot. And he has a gold nose. This one, purple and pink colorway. I used gold for the eyes as well as the mouth and the pink carrot nose. And I didn't add the whipped cream here, but I did accent everything. And I used the same pink cardstock as for this one for the leaves and did a little accenting. And I'm just placing these in my little scrapbook.com containers. And these were also sent to me my scrapbook.com, but they are perfect for holding your die cuts or your little finished projects, and they stack. I actually have a couple more, but they are stackable and they are available in multiple sizes. Just a little FYI. All right, guys, so here are some of my projects from this month. Be sure to comment down below and let me know which is your favorite. All right, guys, so that is what I wanted to share with you all today. Be sure to like and comment on both Tamika and my video. We truly appreciate it, and we hope that you are using what you have in your stash to craft your stash. Have a good day, everybody.